Hey, it's Mark Andrews once again with OCFOA Plays of the Week, Episode 8. These clips are all from Steve Coover. I just kind of did them down and dirty. That's why I've got a new episode out so quickly. Let's get rolling. Alright guys, this first play, I've watched this several times and I am just so impressed with how this play is handled. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but if you see what I see in this play, you're going to see 5 crewmates doing exactly what they're supposed to do. So this is going to be an old school student body right run. What I want to focus on initially is where everybody is looking. These guys are spot on picking up their zone reads. So Steve making the point, this is going to go for a touchdown, and the back judge and line judge do a great job. It's going to end right at the pylon. But before that, I want you to see what I saw. So we've got the initial keys. You can see the umpire looking here. Referee's doing exactly what he's supposed to do, focused on this inside line play. We can't see the flanks. We'll assume that they're focusing on their tackles. Now, as this play develops, watch the umpire's eyes. He goes to the edge, right? He's not staring at the runner. This is exactly what we want. He's staying with this action right here. That's the umpire. Now as we transition, watch the head linesman. He is not looking at the ball carrier. He is looking at this action. This is exactly what we want. This is point of attack stuff, right? Ruling. Now, as the runner gets closer to the sideline, his vision is going here. Again, he's not staring at the ball. Hopefully the back judge now is picking up this. The umpire is staying behind, looking for questionable blocks behind the play. And I'll just let it run. See him reverse field. And here comes the comment that, what resulted in Steve's comment here is, watch our runner. He's going to dive. These two are communicating, right? No quick signal. Nod the head. Boom. That is perfect in my opinion. All right, moving on. This is another great job by this same crew. We're going to see what we've talked about over and over again. We're going to have an illegal blindside block. Steve says it may be an illegal block in the back as well. I'm not going to weigh in on one or the other. It's definitely a blindside block. And look where our head linesman is. He is really close to this play, and he's focused on this player and the runner, in progress. So watch what happens. Boom. Now, the head linesman here doesn't have a flag. He's got people coming in at him. He's trying to get progress. But here come 2 flags. Outstanding. This is exactly what we want, right? If you are looking at the end result of a play, if you know where the runner was down or went out of bounds, and you're not the flank official on that side, or maybe the back judge on a long run, and you're looking at the wrong thing, you should be helping out with this kind of stuff. All right, move on. All right, this is a tough one. Okay, I'm going to stop this here and point out a few things. So we've got a balanced formation initially. We've got actually we don't. We have the formation is heavy to the head linesman's side. So in Orange County, this would be the back judge's key. Now they are going to shift out of this, and it will become a balanced formation. And Steve is going to want you to focus on these 2 players. And they missed the foul here, and I'm going to suggest that the reason they missed it is because we only have 5 sets of eyes. But let's move forward. So now we've got the back coming over to the line judge side. So now we have a balanced formation, And in Orange County, in a balanced formation, the back judge switches to this this receiver as his key. He, of course, can get a wide view and see any action here on this side. So let's progress. Now this is a run. So now we've got the line judge reading run. He's focused on this action right here. He doesn't see these two, right? He's focused on point of attack. Now watch what happens here. Look at a takedown. Look at this. All right. And, you know, so that is a personal foul. That's basically body slamming a player out of bounds. And, you know, if you got holding on that, okay. But the question is who could pick that up? And really, it probably is only the back judge. So back judges, once you've got your read on a run, you know, take a wide view, look for this type of contested matchup, and stay with it. All right, moving on. All right, this play is going to include an illegal shift, and we have been missing this a lot, guys. You know, if we have a line going down together and then the ball is snapped in less than a second, we're not going to penalize that necessarily. We may talk to the team, try to get them to clean that up. But if we have the line in motion and a back or receiver in motion at the same time, and that receiver does not come to a complete stop for a second, then that is a foul for an illegal shift. Steve also addresses illegal formations. We want to clean these up. We want to talk them out of illegal formations initially, but if it continues, hit it with the flag. Tell the coach why you're penalizing or why you're warning, and then why you're penalizing. So let's watch this one. So we've got the receiver in motion and the back in motion as the receiver is coming to a stop, and that is illegal. I think we even maybe have an illegal motion by that back. Watch him. He takes a step forward before the ball is snapped. Yeah, it's a little fine. I'm not saying that you'd necessarily call that, but just again, watch the back and watch the receiver. Receiver is still moving when the back starts his motion. So we have two players in motion. 21 has to come, or it's 20 has to come to a complete stop in order for that to be legal. All right, next play. So here's an example of what I was just talking about as far as formations go. So initially you can see we got both these players on the line. That would make this inside receiver ineligible, but we can see that the wide receiver shifts back. Is he back far enough to be off the line? Technically, probably not, but we know what they're trying to do here. And if we look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 players in the backfield technically, and so let this go. Do not flag this receiver for going beyond the line of scrimmage, or in this case for illegally touching the ball. So Steve points out that stagger, that little bit of offset there, is enough, and reception by that receiver and a flag. Okay, and that's for illegal touching. Don't do that. All right, this one, this is bad. Steve says it's a tough call. I don't agree. I'm a flank official. This should have been an incomplete pass, and you can see what happens here. Now that's clearly, to me, not a fumble. That quarterback intended to toss that ball to the running back. Now the only question here is it forward or backward? Well, he tosses it right there. Let's say it's about the 20.5-yard line, and the back receives it at about the 21.5. So again, clearly forward. He muffs it. Should be an incomplete pass right there. Look at the players coming in. Everybody's excited. And we've got an umpire ruling on this. No way. We've got the the referee and the line judge joining in. This is a bad call. Don't do this. All right, here we go. All right, the kicking game. Here's one I have never seen in a high school game. Let's take a look. We've got a pooch kick here that goes beyond the neutral zone but is caught by K. Watch the far right of your screen, top of the screen. You see that? The K player catches the ball in the air. Steve asks the question, can K run down and catch a free kick? And the answer is no. Now I've added the rule here, that rule 656, and we've got to know these. When any free kick is in flight, in or beyond the neutral zone, to the receiver's goal line, or any scrimmage kick is in flight beyond the neutral zone to the receiver's goal line, K shall not A, touch the ball, or R. They can't touch the ball or R unless blocked into it, and or to ward off a blocker. And they also can't obstruct R's path to the ball. Now there is an exception. K can catch, touch, muff, or bat a scrimmage kick. Now this is a free kick, so this exception doesn't apply. In flight beyond the neutral zone if no player of R is in position to catch the ball. So if we have a punt and K is able to get underneath it and there's no R player nearby, he can catch it and it's not a foul. But that's not the case here. This is a foul. So what is it? It's kick catching interference. And this is it's a big penalty, right? So what are our options here? So R can take the result of the play, which they're not going to do here, an awarded fair catch after enforcement of a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So we need to probably beanbag this spot, and we're going to enforce 15 yards from the spot, or we can make K kick the ball after a 15-yard penalty. I know this doesn't happen a lot, guys, but we got to know these rules. Moving on. All right, these next two plays are almost nightmarish for the positions involved. I'm just going to let this one run, and we'll talk about it. How about this one? I like it. So this is, garden variety, punt, let go, right? Back judge just backing up to wait to see where the receiving team's or the kicking team's gonna touch it. And now watch what happens. Now notice where he is. He's looking through players. And this player appears to be going down to touch it, but he doesn't. And then R touches it and lets it go, and now K picks it up. I'm going to run that back for you so you can see it. Took me a couple of looks at this to believe that K didn't touch it, but he doesn't touch it right there. He's just standing over it, and now R pushes him away and then touches it. Steve's comment, maybe a better location, yeah. We now have touching by R, and we have a big scrum. The official clearly looks a little confused as to what he has here. He consults, and then he rules. Trust me, we didn't get this one right. So he's ruling first touching, which we didn't have, and the ball should have been awarded to K, and they awarded it to R. All right, so back judges, don't take those plays off. Stay on your toes. All right, this next play is just, as a headlinesman, this one gives me nightmares. This could so easily happen to all of us. So we've got a play at the pylon, and Steve's making the point, you may want to anticipate and try to get to the goal line, but of course, we've got responsibilities here on the tackle. These are our keys over here. I would start to drift for sure. You're not supposed to go directly to the goal line unless you're inside the 5. And if you are going to go to the goal line, I think this play really illustrates why I keep preaching that we should be back two yards at least from the pylon. Watch what happens here. The ball's out, and that official almost gets taken out. Now I'm going to go back here and slow-mo this so you can see. You know, we don't get a great look at this, but that looks like a reception, right? And he extends. Now we can't see what happens right there, but the ball's out, and so if we rule here that that was a reception and a fumble through the end zone, then we have a touchback for the defense. You know, the defense is going to be B's ball on the 20-yard line and no score. Steve says probably, if you know, best case scenario here, you rule that it was an incomplete pass and you know, didn't demonstrate control. Of course, the receiver wants a touchdown, but anyway, this is a really tough play. But know what your options are here. If he did indeed cross that goal line with the ball in his possession and then it's subsequently knocked out, then we do have a touchdown. If the ball came loose before it crossed the goal line, then we have a touchback or an incomplete pass. All right, on this play and on the next play, we're going to see ineligible receivers downfield. So Steve points out the lineman's left guard is not engaged. So by rule, if a lineman is not engaged, he cannot go past the line of scrimmage. Not even, you know, he doesn't even get to the expanded neutral zone. He has to be engaged to get that extra 2 yards. And he points out that he wants the referee set at the snap. Of course, that's kind of a no-brainer. In case you don't know, IDP actually is the foul code for ineligible receiver downfield. I don't know how those two relate, but okay. So let's watch this. Okay, you can see the big guy right here is, you know, he's 3 yards beyond the line of scrimmage at least, and he's not engaged. So this is definitely a foul. And umpires, you have to get this. This is your job. You've got to know where your line of scrimmage is and know when your linemen are down the field. And let's see a completed pass. He's ball watching. He shouldn't be ball watching. Let's move on to the next one. Same teams, I think. And so ball just inside the 5, and watch the action of the lineman. Okay. Got the big guy right there again, not engaged. He's at the goal line. He's well beyond the expanded neutral zone, even if he was engaged. This, again, should be a foul. And it looks like they got a touchdown out of that. Got to get these called. All right, this is an interesting play. Let's just take a look at it. I'm going to try to skip the comments and let you look at it. Wow, right? Okay, let's go back and break this down. Okay. So we've got, you know, the receiver going to the side, or the runner going to the sideline. And really the only one that's going to stop him is either this guy here or this guy here who's being engaged. And as Steve points out, this is a hold. You know, he's got a good grasp. He's pushing him to the side. Now watch what happens here. Now that's still holding. Now he tries to hurdle. This isn't a foul for hurdling because he's to the side. He's not going directly over the player. But watch what happens to this guy. This is why hurdling is illegal, guys. It's not because the defender is in danger, although he is slightly. It's the runner. That's the reason we hurdling is against the rules. And now this guy really does do a good job of getting that spot where the airborne receiver crosses the sideline. So major props there. All right, moving on. This is an intentional grounding call, and this this is an example of what to do when we have intentional grounding. This is what, you know, the mechanic that we want. Remember, the referee makes this call, but he makes it with the assistance of the flank officials. So here comes that flank in. He's going to go in. He's going to tell the referee what he has, and the referee will decide whether to throw the flag or not. Let's take a look at an example of what not to do. All right. I think this is the same crew. It's kind of unusual that they got it right. Anyway, regardless. So we're going to have another ing. That's this foul code for intentional grounding here. Come on, play for me. There we go. You see the quarterback scramble. He's being pressured. He's just going to dump the ball. Okay, there's nobody in the area, right? But watch the official. Instead of going in, he's given the signal to the referee. Now, I know we like preliminary signals, but in this particular case, we want to hustle in and talk to the referee, tell him what we got, and let him make that call. All right, let's go back for a minute to this previous play. This is our old friend, Blindside Blocks. And now, of course, this is the situation that we always talk about, that a blindside block can happen. Watch number 15 here. You're going to light that guy up. Boom. Right? That is illegal. This action here looks like it could be a block in the back, but it really isn't. He kind of whiffs it. Don't call that. That's not a block in the back. Okay. And I don't know if we had a flag on this one, but you know, we've seen enough of these on film. We should, when we see this type of play developing, we should have our antenna up and get this. Hey, before I go, I want to let you know about a series of videos that I'm about to release that cover the rule book. Every rule, rule 1 through 10, and also covers what's known as a summer study guide in California. And these are tests that we give all officials to basically get them ready for the year. So there's, I think, 10 videos. I've had them private since before the beginning of the season because I didn't want to give anybody, the ability to cheat on these tests. But now that the testing is over, I'm going to release them. If you'd like to do some rule study, I encourage you to watch these. I have the question, the rule book up next to the question. We discuss the rule reference and then give you the correct answer and explain to you why. So feel free to check those out. Click on the link in the bottom left corner if you want to check those out. If you want to look at any of the other 2018 OCFOA Plays of the Week, click on the link in the top left. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel and get notified right away when I release new videos, just click on my picture. This is Mark Andrews signing off.